She's the second coming of Katharine Hepburn.
That's very good.
Yes.
She probably would have a lot of the same feelings that Katharine Hepburn had.
Yes, yes. It's so nice of the two of you to come tonight, to be part of this as we celebrate Dick and Betty's life, as we dedicate the bell. And also, Betty, as you know, earlier in the evening, was presented with the flag that was never presented back when Dick was buried back in last year. So, and that was a surprise.
It's a very special ceremony. I loved it tonight, and I thought the involvement of the flag bearers and the VMI song was all very special and great to be a part of.
Well, thank you, and thanks again for being here.
Oh, happy to be here, Frank.
Thank you.
God bless.
Bless. Another very dear friend of the Sorensens, a good friend of mine as well, Rich Miller. Rich, tell us a little bit about your longtime friendship with Richard and Betty.
We've known Dick and Betty probably 35 years here in Hudson. They've been dear friends, and we miss Dick greatly. Just so many reminiscences. Dick was such a humble, quiet, gentle man. That's where the word came from. And he truly was. He just, but you'd get him going onto something that he was really interested in, like flying. Did you know he was a pilot?
Yeah, Tom was telling us earlier about the time when he prayed for the clouds to break.
Oh, yeah, over in Japan with Betty.
Right, exactly.
It's amazing that they survived that. But Dick loved golf. He was out there on the course with Betty and never played a great game. He also, both of them, have been great entertainers over the years.
Now tell us about that. I was not aware of that part of it.
Oh, yeah. They would have great little, Betty called it a light repast. So you have to look that one up in the dictionary. And they'd have a lovely party. You'd go over there about 6:30 in the evening. And Dick had what is known as a heavy hand.
Okay.
You know, I mean, it was and it just kind of went in there.
Okay.
And you kept thinking, oh, don't worry, dinner will be served in an hour. So you'd start looking at your watch about 7:30, 8 o'clock. And anyways, Betty would finally put something out on the table about 10 o'clock. And it was a great party. They just loved to entertain. And I don't remember the end of some of their parties, but they really did a great job on them.
And they loved life.
Oh, they really loved life. Betty has always been a great exercise nut, too.
Didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. You'd see Betty down at south of town. I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of the place. I want to say Life Center Plus. Is that it?
We hit the nail on the head.
That's it. Betty be out there working and working. I mean, she was really very, very dedicated at it. And I bless her heart. I mean, she just worked at it. And to this day, she's a very thin, fit person.
You know, the one last thing I would suggest is that both of them were very, very giving.
Yeah.
Really giving.
They really
to
were.
everyone.
They, well, one little thing that they did for our family is our daughter Missy got engaged, and this is about 1989, and they had the engagement party at their house, Betty and Dick. And they didn't know Missy all that well, but they were just sweet, lovely people who took a liking, I guess, to our family, and as we did to them. And they just opened up everything, their house.
Thank you, Rich.
Good. Thank you very much. Good. Thanks, Brad.
You know, the Sorensens, over the years, had so many friends, and their friendships were with many generations, including this young man who I've known a long time, Rob Kegler. Rob, tell us a little bit about you and Katie's friendship with the Sorensens.
Well, I've only known Betty and Dick for about 10 years, and it's been a blessing to know them both. Katie's known them for her whole life, over 40 years, and they've known 3 generations of her family. They knew her mom, Marnie, and her grandparents, Marcia and Hugh, and they've spent innumerable time and had lots of fun and lots of great times with Betty and Dick and Hugh and Marcia and Marnie and Katie, and I am just
You're a throw-in.
pleased as punch that I was around for the last 10 years. So.
Yeah, I know for a fact from talking to Betty over the years when I realized that you guys were friends, and I should have obviously realized Katie's mom, Marnie, was the key to that friendship. But she always had so many nice things to say about the two of you and also George.
Well, Betty is a really special person. We have had Betty and Dick to our house for Christmas Eve for